I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling loud, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. This fielded at the 2. And now running right through it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Green 90.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Green 90.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Peterson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Black 58, rail. Black 50.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Demario Davis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now Mahomes. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. The Texans with a 1st opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 3rd down, Elliott powers through it and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Mahomes going to throw. Pass incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. And Bryant's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And now out come the Jets. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Back to throw. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the ball is knocked out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The first down carry by Elliott. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he hits his tight end, Escobar. And down inside the 15 he goes. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Mahomes to throw once more. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 48 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past them? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now here's Mahomes. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Saunders. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Leopard.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw, it's Mahomes. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Z. Slow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Houston. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. Oh, he shifts past him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Jets. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Gone!
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. At After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here we go now.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done, so I think going for it there was the right call.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gone! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone! Set! 3-19!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. On first down, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On second down, here's Mahomes. He's got it. It's Escobar. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Left. Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Ace.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready, blue 45.
Mahomes now to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Back to throw here. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They run. This is Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They try again with Cohen. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Slow.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Ace.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
You know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It shoves him off at the 20. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A give to Elliott. Uses the spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. The give is to Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside. and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Go. Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Get ready. Z.
To throw is Mahomes. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it's Mahomes again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
One final try from Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Jets, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, gang? Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I'm from filling out kites to put in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than the. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zit the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pen in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you. Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap, got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with it, no, it's time.
I got that chicken to golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a double a verse. I do it before FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. For real. I want that caught. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.